Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the program Family Circle with Esther Usetting, the Family Builder. Family Circle is a program where we talk about values, culture, and family development, irrespective of our religion or ethnic group. This is for first-time listeners and viewers, especially we are live on Facebook. We're live on Facebook, so you can connect via Facebook, ITV Radio Abuja. You can connect with us via Facebook and watch the program live, or you connect via the airwaves and also listen. Today we have an interesting topic, and this topic we're going to be taking it from today, Wednesday and Thursday. That's throughout this week we're going to be deliberating on this topic, because I found out that of course leaders are the few youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and if we don't start early enough to educate them, especially the growing ones, the teenagers, the children, the youth, if we don't start educating them now, how would they grow up to become the leaders of tomorrow? How would they grow up? Most times we will end up training hostile youths, training hoodlums as youths to become leaders of the nation. So that is why we'll be deliberating on this topic today, on Wednesday and Thursday. I just believe that God will really help us to make impact regarding this topic, because it's a very sensitive topic. Most parents don't even know how to handle this particular issue that we are trying to deliberate on today. Now, today our topic is parent parent-child relationship. Parent-child relationship. Most persons will just feel it's just a matter of giving birth, getting pregnant and giving birth, especially to those single moms, to those that didn't really plan on giving birth. Parenting is a huge role, a very vital role. You don't just decide to get pregnant. I'll see some youth who say they just want to get pregnant and be baby mamas. Some will say they want to just get pregnant and give birth to a baby girl so that they can paint the girl's lips pink, paint her nails red, pink, let her wear pinky clothes and skimpy things. I just laugh. I hear that a lot. I laugh because they don't understand what it entails to be a parent. They don't understand. It's like you bringing a child, a human being into this world, and you don't have a purpose, you don't have a vision for that child. You don't have a purpose for that child. You just bring a child into the world and allow the child to grow. Society trains the child. Your neighbor trains the child. Anybody can just impact or train the child. Give anything. Just dish anything into that child. And you think you will not answer for it? You bringing a child into this world is a huge responsibility that you have to put in practice through prayers, through your word, your training. You have to put it in for that child to make impact and fulfill purpose and destiny. Those children that are hoodlums, that are criminals, that are armed robbers, that are prostitutes, that are agbero on the streets, is it that is not a human being that gave birth to them? Of course, it's someone that gave birth to them. Of course. Okay. The parent-child relationship is one that nurtures the physical, emotional, and social development of the child. It is a unique bond that every child and parent will endure. That every child and parent will enjoy, I beg your pardon. Naturally, they will enjoy it. It's a unique bond. It's a bond that's no one understands. It's a very unique bond. And if you are a parent or you are a to-be parent, you don't have this bond between you and your child or your children, please go and correct it where you made that mistake from. A parent is supposed to have this very unique bond with the child. Your child is supposed to see you as his or her best friend. Your child is supposed to tell you things that hurt them, things that affect them, things that no one is expected to hear. Your child is supposed to confide in you. If your child hides secrets from you, if your child don't tell you things, you have lost it. If you are a parent and your child don't tell you things, your child hides secrets from you, keeps secrets from you, tell someone outside secrets that they ought to tell you, you have lost it as a parent. You have totally lost it. Because that child is supposed to see you as his or her best friend. Be it a father or a mother. Someone is supposed to hold that position. Your child is not supposed to go out and tell someone else or claim someone to be his or her best friend. No, it's an error. Your child is supposed to open up, tell you his or her challenges, tell you the issue, the thing she or he is passing through at that moment. They are supposed to confide in you. This relationship lays the foundation for the child's personality, life choices, and overall behavior. Your parenting style can affect everything from how much your child weighs to how she or him feels about themselves. It's important to ensure your parenting style is supporting healthy growth and development, because the way you interact with your child or children and how you discipline them will influence them for the rest of their life, either positively or negatively. The way you interact with them will affect them. It's a two coin. It will either affect them positively or it will affect them negatively. But definitely there must be an effect on that child. The way you interact with them, the way you associate yourself with them, the way you mingle with your children, the way you mingle with them will affect them. It will definitely affect them. Now, the question is, how does it affect them? Does it affect them positively or does it affect them negatively? How does it affect them? Researchers have identified 4 types of parenting styles. One is the authoritarian parenting. 2, the authoritative parenting. 3, the permissive parenting. 4, the uninvolved parenting. These 4 things I just listed now, parent, you must have one in it. That is why I said we're going to take this topic from today, Wednesday and Thursday, because I'm going to break down all this for you to know where you are fitting and to know if you're actually doing the right thing. If you're not doing the right thing, it's for you to make adjustments. I said it in this platform that we unlearn to learn. There are some certain things that we felt are right and they are not. So the proper thing to do is to unlearn it so you can learn the proper one. And if you're on this platform, you must definitely go home with something. I keep saying that. Now, this topic took me almost a month to run research on. It took me almost a month. Now, I know most of you will say that, oh, thank God, today the family builder is not talking about me. She's not talking about relationship. Oh, thank God I'm not married yet. Oh, thank God I don't have kids yet. Of course you don't have kids yet, but definitely you will someday have kids. Definitely you will someday get married and you will have kids. Be it a man or a woman. Now, you are even on the edge because you don't have kids yet, so you've not made most mistakes that parents make. Now you will learn so you can correct it. Most parents have made terrible mistakes regarding their kids and their upbringing. Most parents have made so terrible mistakes. I remember back then when I was a kid, when I were in Kaduna then, my mom will always say the story of Anini. I don't know if most of us know the story of Anini, the hardened criminal. When he was caught, he was supposed to be he was supposed to die by through firing squad. Then when those kind of punishments were still existing, and then they tied him on a drum, ready to fire him because of that was the sentence they gave him then. because of the crimes, the atrocity he committed back then. And then he beckoned on the person in charge of that particular action or activity as a den. And then he asked the person, please, can he talk to his mother for the very last time? Can he just speak to his mother for the very last time? Of course, someone that is about to die, they will grant him his last wish. And then they beckoned on the mother to come closer, that the son wants to tell her something, his last words, probably. And then the mother rushed to him, knowing fully well that they tied his hands, his legs, in fact, they tied his body to the drum. He told the mother to bring her ears closer because he wanted to tell her a secret. And then when she moved closer, thinking that truly he wants to tell her a secret, she put her ear towards his mouth, and then he chopped off the ear. He chopped off the mother's ear. He cut it off the body. He cut the ear off. As she was screaming, they asked him, why would you do such a thing? He said when he was growing up, he was doing things that were not right. The mother saw it. She knew, and she didn't correct him. She never corrected him. So, he grew up with that impression that what he was actually doing was right. When he grew to the age where he knew what was right and wrong, he finally realized that what he was actually doing was wrong, but he couldn't let go because it now became a part of him. He couldn't let go. It became a habit for him. It's one thing to give birth. It's another thing to train that child in the proper way. It's not just to give birth. Some persons even go as far as competing with people on giving birth. Your neighbor give birth today, you want to take in so you can give birth also. Or your sibling, one of your siblings gave birth and the sibling has 2 children. You have 1. You want to do your own to make it equal or even pass the landmark. Excuse me. Now I will make you understand what the authoritarian parenting is. Authoritarian parenting, you believe kids should be seen and not heard. You believe your kids should be seen, they should be there, but their voice is not supposed to be heard. And of course, children of nowadays, we are in the jet age. Children of nowadays, they don't. Back then, when you put to bed your child's eyes will be closed for almost like 7 days or 6 days before the child can open his or her eyes. But now you give birth immediately that same day, the child will open his or her eyes looking round. That's to tell you that things have changed. Things have changed. They are no more the way they used to be. When it comes to rules, you believe it's not my way. When it comes to rules, you believe it must not be their way. It must be your way. And whatever you say is the final thing to do. You don't consult your kids. You don't ask them how they feel about whatever you are placing or whatever rules you're bringing up. You don't ask them how they feel about it. You don't get their opinions. You don't want to know anything about what they even think, what they take, what they feel about whatever rules you're giving them or bringing up on the table. They don't have a say on that. It's your rules, it's your way, and that is final. Sometimes parents do go wrong. Yes. Are we not human beings? Sometimes we do go wrong. Sometimes when I say some things, my son corrects me. And I like it. I immediately take that correction. Sometimes when he tells me things, when I say something and he says, oh, mommy, that's not it. This is how it's supposed to be. Honestly speaking, I get so very happy when he does that. But some parents, oh my God, they will beat the hell out of that child. You don't have the right to correct your mother or your father. Some will go as far as telling those children that is a taboo. No. How is it a taboo, please? How? Your rules is your rules. In that house, they ought to stick by your rules and regulations. You don't take your child's feelings into consideration. You don't. You don't. Authoritarian parents believe kids should follow the rules without exception. Authoritarian parents are famous for saying, because I said so. That's a command. When a child questions the reasons behind a rule, they are not interested in negotiating, and their focus is on obedience. Of course, obedience is necessary. A child ought to obey his or her parents. It's stated in the Bible. And I am sure it's also stated in the Quran. Every child ought to obey his or her parents. But there is difference in this. There is difference in this. They also don't allow kids to get involved in problem-solving challenges or obstacles. Instead, they make the rules regardless of the child's opinion. Authoritarian parents may use punishments instead of discipline. You always punish them, beat them up, punish them instead of discipline. There are two things, mind you. Discipline is not the same as punishment. So don't misunderstand this. Discipline is not the same as punishment. It's not the same. And rather than teach a child how to make better choices, they are invested in making kids feel sorry for their mistakes. Instead of you to teach the child how to make better choices. When a child makes mistakes, instead of you to teach that child, you don't teach the child, so the child don't make that same mistake. Instead, you beat up the child, punish the child, and force the child to apologize. Have you not seen a child that will go and do something wrong? He or she knows that that thing is wrong. The child will do that thing and come apologize, because the child will feel, after all, when I do it and I'm being punished, at the end of the day, they will ask me to apologize. Have you not seen that? You keep taking apologies upon apologies. Apologies are good. They are very good. When a child does something wrong, that child ought to apologize. But not frequently. You teach them. You teach them what is wrong, so that they will avoid those things that are wrong. Some kids know that when they do something wrong, their parents punishes them, and that is it. So therefore, they will prefer to do that thing and receive that punishment because they are used to it. Now, when you so punish a child to the point that the child is so used to that punishment, you have lost it. You have lost it. You ought to discipline your child, not punishing the child frequently. You will teach that child, tell that child that, do you know that this thing you did is wrong? Or if you are scolding that child, you will tell that child that it's because you did so, so, and so. That is why I am scolding you. That is why I am disciplining you. That is how to train a child. Some children are so fond of beating. Have you not seen some children where you will beat them, they will give you their hands or give you their back, you will beat them, they won't cry? Have you not seen those kind of children? If you have not seen them, me personally, I have seen them. They are so used to beating, they call it odeshi. The beating is not entering anymore. When a child gets to that level, you have lost it. A child that when he sees a stroke, when he sees sweet honey, let me say it like my son, he will be trembling. And then the child will see that and the child will not even shake. Hey, my God. Okay, I said they invest in making kids feel sorry for their mistakes. Kids of authoritarian parents are at a higher risk of developing self-esteem problems. They are of a higher risk of developing self-esteem problems. Of course, they are in our schools, our kids' schools. Because their opinion aren't valid. Their opinion, they are not valid. They are not valued. So they have that, they will have grow up to have that self-esteem problem. Low self-esteem. Their parents never gave them that voice. Never heard, their parent doesn't even want to hear them. Some children, when they talk, the parent will tell them, foolish child, you don't know anything. Those words you say to those children, they sink deep into them. You don't know. You don't know. You think those words are you just say no. Words are power. Words have life. They have life. What we say have life. Some parents, I'm talking to you, some parents will go as far as calling their children useless. Stupid boy, stupid girl, you don't know anything. You are just a dullard. You are saying these things to this child. You are sowing seed into this child. Those seeds will definitely germinate someday. Those things you are saying into this child, you are saying to this child, they will have effect on the child tomorrow. That is why sometimes I will say parenting is not just a usual thing. Parenting is a calling. Because their opinion aren't valued and may also become hostile or aggressive. Those children who can grow up to become aggressive, to become hostile, to become aggressive. You will see that's where we have bullies in schools. Now, you don't expect some parents who go as far as taking good care of their children, training their children in the proper way. Now bring those children to school don't train your child well, you will bring that same child you didn't train well to that same school. Now, mind you, children learn from things. You will now see those untrained children infiltrating into schools where parents have so trained their children properly. You will now have issues in your home, because those untrained children, of course, would definitely mingle with the trained child. And then the trained child will start picking things that are not supposed to be from the untrained child. How can you give birth to a child? You will not train that child properly, for heaven's sake. I see on social media where a child that is not even up to 7 years, I said it personally, I don't even know the lady. In fact, I don't even know her handle. If I knew her handle, I would have followed her up. I saw it on one blogger's page, where this lady, this woman that called herself a mother, gave you. Do you know what I'm saying by this oh God, this hard drink? What do they call it? There's a name they usually call it. It's spirit. Oh, this is not normal beer. Oh, this is spirit. A little child that is not up to 6 years old holding this spirit bottle, the boy is just gawking it, dancing in the club. The mother is busy dancing. Little child. And in fact, I sat down, I was just shouting. I was shouting. A mother who apparently you carried that child for 9 months. That child did not fall from the sky. You know what you went through, what you undergo during that period. And then you now pass through the pains of labor. And then you give that child such hard drink to take. Now, mind you, that child is in a school where other sane children are, because that child is not normal anymore. That child is in a school where sane children are. What do you think that child would do in his or her class? Of course. All the nonsense the child have learned so far, all the things the child might have seen the mother doing, the child will want to practicalize it. Of course. I won't mention the school where I heard that a 10-year-old child, boy, raped a 5-year-old girl. Of course. A 10-year-old. Whether it is finger, in fact, I don't even know. I was opportune to hear it because the case got to the police, and the police took the child to the hospital to run the proper test so that they can know what really happened. You can imagine that a 10-year-old. Now I'm hearing recently that they are saying that if you are a parent, please, when your child comes back from school, check your child. If it is a girl, check the girl properly. You know what I mean? Mothers, examine your girl child. If it is a boy, examine your boy child. Ensure they are okay. You can imagine in our school, this is happening in Nigeria. Oh, it has gotten this worse. Our kids are no more safe in school because some persons decide not to train their children properly. Some persons decided not to train their children. How can someone be up and doing in the training of his or her child, and you are out there? Schools have to even sit down and know who they are admitting. You don't just take any person. Will I call it end time? I wouldn't know. But things are really happening. Note, these authoritarian parents are often strict. Their children may grow to become good liars. Are you hearing me? Authoritarians, parents that are, you see, authoritative parents is different from these authoritarians I'm talking about. These ones, whatever they say stands. Now the children tend to grow up to become good liars. Have you not seen children that when they lie here, you would think they are saying the truth? Have you not? They become good liars in an effect to avoid punishment. I said it earlier on. Parenting is a calling. You don't just want to give birth because you feel you are getting older and you don't have the right skills. You don't have the right approach in bringing up a child, especially the single moms. Because if you are legally married or you are properly married and you're not doing the right thing, of course the husband ought to call your attention to it. One person doesn't own a child. It's not possible for a child to be doing something wrong and the both parents are seeing it and they're not. It's not possible. One party must definitely call the attention of the other. I'll be opening phone lines for viewers and listeners to also call me because I'm live on Facebook. To call in, the number is 09047671338. That's the number to call in. That was why I said I'm going to take this topic throughout this week. We have to get it right. Charity, they say, begins at home. I cannot train my child well and you did not train your child, and then you will bring your child to the same school my child is in and they will be in the same class and your child will inculcate bad characters into my child. It is not possible. We can't take that. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Go on, sir. I can hear you. Thank you so much, sir. Amen. Hmm. is how they are. That's how they are. They just give birth. They just give birth and allow the society to inculcate things into the child. You brought your child up well, they will now try and infiltrate into that child's privacy to inculcate those nonsense attitude into the trained child. Yes. Mm, mm. This category of parents, they are called the authoritarian parents. That's who they are. That's who they are. That's who they are. If you try to correct the child or you try to talk to them about the child, they will come out and fight you. That is who they are. Yes. Mm. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. Yeah, welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. If you are a mother or you are a father and you are the type that you see your child doing wrong, you don't call the attention of that child. Some of them will go as far as saying, oh, they are young. When they are grown, they will know what is good and bad. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Go on, I can hear you, sir. Hmm. 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 Mm, yes. Mm, 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 mm. Yes. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Mm. Yes, that's authoritarian. That's what they are called. Some of them, when you try and correct the child, they will pick offense. Some of them, you are not allowed to. Yes. Yes. You are not allowed. Because mm, was wrong. Yes. Yes. That is the training. Yes. Mm. Mm. That's training. That's training. Mm. 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 Yes. Mm. 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 Amen. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I'm really grateful for that. Hmm. I used to know of someone who gave birth to two children from different fathers. Two children from different fathers. The first daughter, around that time, that child should be like 4, 5, I think. The girl will stand on the streets begging anybody, uncle, give me money, please. Give me money. Uncle, give me money. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, I can hear you. Go on. They are seeing, oh. You think they are not seeing. They are seeing everything. And psychologically, they might not exhibit it immediately, but before you know it, those things those children see, they will want to put it into practice. Of course. Of course. Hmm. Thank you so much, ma. Amen. Thank you so much. I said it before now that this topic we're going to treat it from now till Thursday. I know that some persons are into this kind of attitude, especially the single parenting, single mom who don't have time for that child. You will leave the child in the hand of one uncle or one auntie. You can imagine a child that is not up to 10 years. The child knows what a pound is, has watched blue film. That little child. Now the boy will be looking for a little girl to exhibit that thing he watched on a phone. May God help us, oh. May God help us and help our children, because I can't imagine how I would take my child to a school. I will be so scared. Every now and then my child comes back. My daughter, I will be checking my daughter. Can you imagine that? It has gone this bad. It has really gone bad. Why give birth to a child when you know you cannot train that child, for heaven's sake? Why? Why? I keep asking this question. Why? Please. cannot train. Late last year, in Pape here, a lady gave birth to a child. That child wasn't even up to 2 months. The lady carried the child to go and dump in the refuge bin. Maybe that one might have thought that the child, she cannot cope again, or she cannot train again, and then she will just carry the child and go and dump. In our society, these things are happening daily. Daily, they are happening. This is the much I can take. I can't take phone calls again. This is the much I can take. Please, if you are in the category of the persons who called me, and because I can't save everybody's number. Definitely I can't save them. Please, I receive calls on a daily basis. This one will call me, must settle this problem between my family, my relationship. I try as much as possible to accommodate everybody. I try as much as possible to accommodate everybody. So please, if you are the type that I will say I will call you back and I don't, and you are waiting for my call, and you don't see my call, you think I'm a very busy person. Aside this, I have my businesses. I have my family to also take care of. So please, if you are the type that I have sent messages that I'm going to call you and I don't, please send me a message, a reminder, a soft reminder. Of course, if I see that, I will remember and I will call back. For those of you who have said I'm going to settle your issues, of course, I'm on it. And I will try as much as possible to do that. I'll try as much as possible to do that. Now, if you have a marital problem you want me to interfere in or to intervene in, you can call my personal number. The number is 07036878937. I'll take it again. 07036878937. You can reach me on that number or send me a message. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Esther Usetin, or on Twitter, Esther Usetin CF. Thank you, and I'll be seeing you on Wednesday by 5 p.m. for the continuation of this topic. Always remember that family is everything, so you have to cherish your family. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Abuja. We, in your ears, come rain, come sun. Doing just one thing and one thing only, blowing your mind on Independent Radio Abuja, 89.7 FM.